Hello, on this episode of Lance's Garage, we're going to be working on the Volkswagen Alltrack, and we're going to be installing a new radio system, upgrading from the 6.5 inch unit that came with the 2017 units, and going to be upgrading to the 8 inch that's in the newer 2018 and up Tiguan's, Golfs, Atlases, to get a nice 8 inch screen for CarPlay, and I think it should retain most of the same functionality. So first thing we're going to do is disconnect the battery, and then we'll come back here. I'm not going to show that. Then we'll come back here and pull off this plastic. Alright, battery's disconnected. I've got a plastic removal tool here, but you also want to do this when it's warm. So I'm just going to pull from the back here, and you'll see it'll start to pop off. I'll actually show you the back of the other unit. So I purchased this. You got to purchase this panel. This is for the 8 inch screens for MK7 Golf. This is in piano gray, so it's not going to match exact, but it'll match a little bit better than just going with black. I might see if I can find a different color. This does take a little bit of time to come in. Came over from, it was Made in China. So, and it definitely took the slow boat to get here. Alright, so we're just going to pop that, but you can see here your main connection points are on this back of this one are like here, here, and a couple up here. These are actually connections for the vent piece, which will come out of this also. So now that I got that out, I'm just going to come over here, and I'm just going to work my way up. Like I said, do this when it's warm, because plastic is very brittle when it's cold, and you'll probably crack it. I think I got these tools from Harbor Freight a while back. This is where it gets a little tricky. There we go. Just gently kind of pry. And if I break this, I'm replacing it anyway, so not a huge deal. This looks like it's already separating out from this piece here, so that's, I guess, kind of good. I don't know. Oh, there it goes. Now, these pieces over here are sketchy just because there's not a whole lot of space here for them. There's not a lot of plastic here. So, and this aluminum, I guess, comes out also. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Okay. Come on, Mr. Plastic. There we go. Put one more. Went back on there, I think. There we go. Okay, so I guess we can put this plastic. We want to keep this plastic trim piece to go on the top here, this piece. So I think it'll go back on this. I thought this came out, but apparently I don't need to take it out. So that's good. So I'll just put this piece behind here, see if it goes on. Yeah, so that piece here came on here. There won't be a trim piece around here. But that's fine. Now I gotta figure out how to do this. I don't think there's a special tool. But let me check. Okay, so there is a special tool for this, but we're just going to use a standard automotive pick. There's a clip here and here, and you pull it in like this, and then you just heard it click again. And there's one over here, and you kind of, and then there's two down here on the bottom that you got to click also. So we're going to just come in here with the pick. And you can see it move. There we go, now it's pulling out. Now we'll come over here to this side. Okay, I've seen in some other videos that people remove this first. This is just the piece. Usually it comes out, in the other videos I've seen, this whole piece comes out with the old thing, but for some reason mine stayed in. You know what, let me see if I can do this with it in. Okay, so I changed up to this, and you just put it in and push it in like that. Push it in towards this, both of them towards the center. Put some pressure on them, that'll get the top one out there. Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay, so now you basically got just two connectors back here. Hopefully they match up. And so one is your, I believe, antenna. Yep, there's just a little connector over there. And then there's this guy up here. And it's out. So you can see there's not much to these radios, pretty thin. This is the stock is a 3GO 919605H, made in Hungary, ABT2 standard. Let me go show you the other radio. Okay, here is the other radio. It is a 5G6 919605C. I got this on eBay. I believe it was from LKQ Online. It said it was from a 2018 to 2019 Golf. You can also buy them for Atlases, everything else. I didn't, maybe should have bought the Atlas one, but wasn't positive on it, so decided to go with what was close. So we're going to connect in that. We're going to connect in this. There we go. And now this just goes right back in here snaps in, and there we go. And before I put on the trim piece, I'm just going to power things up to make sure that this one works, and two, that we have a so that if I had to remove it for some reason, I can just pull this right back out. And yeah, lost train of thought, sorry. So we're just going to put this, we're just going to power things up, make sure this works before we put the cover on. But that should be it, hopefully. Let me go get a key and hook up the battery. Okay, battery's hooked up. Let's see how we did. Yeah, powering up. Oh, Alltrack screen showing up, so that's nice. Wasn't sure if it would keep that. Let's see. Hook up the phone. Let's see. Huh? There's my CarPlay. Much nicer, bigger screen. So that looks good. Let's take a look at radio. I haven't updated the radio stations for the new area yet, so that works good. Okay, we got AM. I don't know if we'll get... Oh, so it did keep the Sirius XM, so that's good. So preview works.
Sirius XM Pop Rocks serves up those undeniable 90s anthems, 2K hits, and today's fresh pop finds. Pop Rocks. Turn it up.
Got a little bit nicer of a
anytime in the all-new Sirius.
that. Let's see what we've got. Car. Okay, so it did keep the car stuff. I'm gonna have to check and see what's going on here. Actually, it's just might be because it's got yeah, okay, tire pressure monitoring system, please refuel. Okay, yeah, so this is all good. I need to change the time for at some point. Can work off that later. Sound. See if this sounds any better a little later, but that's basically the install. It was very easy. Just pop the old plastic off, put the new plastic on. Now let's, I'm just going to push that back in. Let's put on this plastic, which doesn't quite match as good. This might be a little tricky because of this metal piece here to kind of sandwich it, but we'll do our best. Like I said, I've seen other videos where this whole piece comes out as one, and that was what I was expecting, but did not happen on this one. So yeah, hold on here. It looks like you may have to slide it in from the bottom first here. Yeah, okay. And just as this part was a pain to get off, it does seem to want to be a pain to go back in. Yeah. This piece here is not wanting to go in there. Alright, well, that's pretty much it. I'm just going to mess with the fit here a little bit better. You can see the color difference from an Alltrack 2017 gray. This is, I think, called piano gray. I thought it might be a match. It is definitely darker. I believe the other option was piano black. I'll put a link to the eBay part number that I got for this, but I will also try and see about getting, maybe I can see about matching this color a little better. This is only about 20 bucks. It took about maybe 3 weeks to come in, literally, from China. And then, yeah, so I'm going to say this is a successful install. I'm just going to work on the fit of this guy a little bit better. And but you can see it was basically pull the old one out, put the new one in, and it fires up, and it has all the Alltrack screens and everything, because it's actually controlled by the brains kind of for these things is over here, the MIB2s. There's like a CD drive and a SD card over here, but it's got like a lot of the interfaces come into here, and it's just those wires that come out of here. So I'm real happy that I got to keep the XM radio, even though I don't use it. I usually just use CarPlay and something on that, but it's nice to have. And I was also glad that the Alltrack stuff still showed up. I was worried that it might show up as a Golf or something, so that's good. Also, I'll check and see if you know, there is the gauges. Let's see what we got here real quick, now that I think about it. Vehicle menu starting. Okay, car. Yeah, it still has the Think Blue trainer. Vehicle status. Okay, still has the Alltrack off-road information. I really wish Volkswagen would give the option to throw in a boost. Would have given the option to throw in a boost needle here, but is what it is. Okay, follow up. I did go ahead and pull this out so that I can fit it better around this piece. So just wanted to say that you can take that out. I might just go ahead and disconnect the battery again and disconnect this guy so that I can, because this will slide in just over top. That'll allow me to get completely free movement of this. So I'm going to do that real quick. Okay, I got that top piece out. I've got the piece here on my lap, and we're just going to mount this in with it out here so that we can get it all settled in right, and then we'll put the whole piece in. And I think this piece is what was... Okay, yep, that's definitely the way to go. This popped right in, and you've got to have this out, because each of these little clips here, you just basically got to put some pressure in right there, and they just snap, and then you work your way around it. So it went right in. The vent adjustments are working fine, whereas before they were a little tight. And now we're just going to mount this back in here. Feed these two wires through here. These are the wires to the airbag, or the hazard light, and the airbag. Thing to tell you that the airbag is off. Alright. I probably should have paid more attention to the routing of that, shouldn't I? Okay, I guess it should come up from there, yes. Okay. Hopefully I don't want to scratch up the new screen. Might be a good idea to leave some of the protective cover that the shipper gives to you on there. Okay, there we go. Alright, now that feels a lot better. Alright, now let's just, oh yeah. Now the bottom is kind of, oh, there it goes. Okay, so you just kind of got to lift up there. And there we go. That's a good fit. Except maybe, still a little out over here. What is it? Yeah. We can always pop this out and try and put it back in from the top direction too. Maybe that's the better way to do it, because I need to, well, you pull it out from the bottom first, but yeah. Here, let's see if we can pop this back out here without separating the, no. For some reason, my vents, they do not want to come out with this thing. Yeah, this could be part of just the great world of Chinesium. But the top is fitting good now. This is fitting good. It's just this bottom has a little bit of a push out. Don't know if I'm gonna concern myself too much with that right now. There we go. Popped in finally. Got rid of those gaps. Perfect. Alright, now just gonna hook up this guy here. And which one was which? I believe this is the fancy airbag switch. Pop the clip down. And this one goes in there. And then done. That's it. So just to add, the radio sounds way better. So they made some improvements, definitely between the 17 and the 18, just the internals. This radio has never sounded this loud before. It's always been just a fight just to make it play loud. But that sounded really good compared to, you know, other times, and much louder than I was able to get it before without distortion. So definitely happy with this system and the improvements made. It's like the 8-inch screen, and like I said, for basically I've got $260 in this. I could have went cheaper. They were selling units that were the Mexican made head units, seemed to go for $214. I just went ahead with one of the German units and paid the extra just because I was worried. And also, you know, they've had quality issues at that Mexican plant for certain things like sunroofs and stuff like that. For those of you with Alltracks that have sunroofs, I do not, so I don't have to worry about that. But yeah, so I paid a little bit more to get the German sourced head unit, and very happy with the results. Came out great, sounds great, and definitely will be a much better improvement on my drives with CarPlay with the 1.5 wider or more diagonal screen. Also, one thing, I'm going to have to hook up a my OBD11, just clear out these errors, but I've seen this before when I've done other things, so make sure you also have an OBD11 to clean up this stuff afterwards, and that should be it.